The 5 weirdest trades in NBA history. Trades in the NBA have always been significant happenings. Thanks to acts like the decision and the rise of shorter contracts, the player movement became all the rage in the NBA over the last decade. Anytime one plays for a bad team for just a little bit too long, we instinctively assume that players will demand a trade in time. Trades have actually helped shape the fabric of the league. Each franchise has its share of good and bad trades, and some teams have definitely better luck than others when it comes to the art of the deal. Welcome to Everything Sports. In this video, you're going to see the 5 weirdest trades in NBA history. Make sure you stay until the end because we have the weirdest trade for you at the #1 spot and you don't want to miss out. If you want to know what cash consideration has to do with the NBA trading, wait until we get to the #1 spot of our list because you will definitely love it. Number 5. The Washington Wizards and the Utah Jazz. Most teams might subscribe to the notion that patience is a virtue after posting sub-400 winning percentages in back-to-back seasons. But the Wizards are not one of them. The Washington Wizards have had serious issues on the defensive side of the ball and are definitely in serious need of a rim-protecting presence. Their aim is to reach maximum competitiveness in 2020-2021. And that's why Bradley Beal remains on the roster and Davis Bertans was not dealt at the deadline. Washington thinks that the return of a healthy John Wall gets it back on the playoff track. To reach their goal, fixing the well-known generous defense is the first step of the process, and Rudy Gobert is the best possible solution to that problem. They really need a backup plan, but giving up those pieces in a Gobert deal would basically make a backup plan non-existent. The biggest issue that the Wizards would have with a Gobert acquisition is that Gobert is set to be an unrestricted free agent after the 2020-2021 season. At that point, he'll be 29 years old, already making over $20 million per year, and he most likely will be looking for a max extension that will put the Wizards in another tough spot. One ramification for Washington here is that a deal for Gobert means saying goodbye to any and all hopes of resigning sharpshooter Davis Bertans. But with both their mid-level and biannual exceptions available, the Washington Wizards still have room to bring in help for the bench. So in this weird trade, Washington Wizards receive Rudy Gobert, while the Utah Jazz receives Thomas Bryant, Troy Brown Jr., Ish Smith, and Moritz Wagner. Number 4. Mike Muscala trade. It's been over a year since the Los Angeles Lakers traded Ivica Zubac and Michael Beasley to the LA Clippers for Mike Muscala, and at that time the move seemed questionable at best. Now, with the help of hindsight, it's clear that the president of basketball operations Magic Johnson and general manager Rob Pelinka made their worst trade to date. The Lakers brought in Muscala because of his ability to space the floor at the center position. In exchange for Muscala, the Clippers received Zubac, who prior to getting traded across the hall was the starting center for the Lakers. And the Lakers traded their starting center for someone that averages 15 minutes per game for his career. And will Zubac ever play at the level of these players? Probably not, and that makes this fact one of the weird trades in the NBA history. A lot of Lakers fans defend that move, but it wasn't a good move then, and it's not now. But trading Zubac was never the problem. The problem was always the terrible return they got back for him when he did have some trade value at the time. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from us. Number 3. The Latrell Sprewell trade. It's the 1999 trade that changed the look of the New York Knicks and brought Latrell Sprewell to the organization. From threatening then head coach, much happened with Sprewell during his Warriors stint. It even resulted in a lengthy suspension to close his time there in 1998, but the Knicks acquired him anyway. In a 3-for-1 trade, New York Knicks sent out Terry Cummings, Chris Mills, and John Starks, and acquired Sprewell, who arrived before the lockout-shortened season started. After Golden State traded him to the Knicks, where he resumed his career in 1999, he was embraced by the fans as a rebellious anti-hero. While rocky at times, this trade contributed to a handful of winning seasons for the New York Knicks, benefiting them in the short term. In July 2003, the Knicks traded Sprewell to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he helped lead the Timberwolves to a berth in the playoffs during the 2004-2005 season. When the season ended, he rejected a 3-year $21 million extension offer from the Timberwolves. As of late 2007, he remained a free agent. Number 2. The Bulls and the Thunder. Now we have one of the weirdest NBA trade that has ever happened. We are talking about the complete win the Thunder had. It was back in 2017 when the Bulls traded Taj Gibson, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Cameron Payne, Anthony Morrow, and Geoffrey Lavon. The Bulls have basically gone all in on Payne. Giving up Gibson and McDermott along with a pick to get 2 bid players in Payne is a massive reach. The Thunder are getting a quality defender and a shooter without giving up anything significant. It's a big-time move as they set up a great combination of veterans and young guys. It's a win for OKC. We all know that OKC's identity is defense, and it gets even better there with Gibson. The Bulls gave up the 2 best players in the trade, one of whom was still really young, and a second, for 3 players who all looked absolutely not worthy. Number 1. Cash consideration? TJ Warren got picked out by the Indiana Pacers in 2019. He was the 32nd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft from the Phoenix Suns. And guess what their intention was? He had actually been traded only for cash considerations. The Indiana Pacers, however, literally trolled the Phoenix Suns by posting a tweet, a post with the caption, "And Tony Warren Jr. was just money tonight," was deleted. The caption and the post were nothing but moves to rub the win in the Suns' face. All this while making them rethink their decision of having traded TJ Warren for cash considerations. And this is what TJ Warren thinks about all of these. I'm ready to show the whole NBA, and not just the Suns, for making the wrong decision, that the Pacers made the right decision. I'm worth more than cash considerations. It's on me to prove it, but the Suns messed up. Which of these trades do you think was the most bizarre? Do you know any weirder trades in NBA history? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.